We record it. Yeah. So I would say like let's go ahead with like a standard physical year until if the company decided like maybe no, like we have our custom physical year, and you need to know the pros and cons and explain to a company. And if the company decided to go for a custom physical year, then there is no options, like you need to configure the custom physical years. Okay, then language settings. You can go on to set up the languages. So these are all the default language available, and Salesforce will convert automatically the language. So whenever if you change your language, it will come like that these many languages. Other than that, Salesforce support for platform languages. So if you use platform language, you need to convert the wordings. Salesforce will convert the standard one. The platform one means whatever you are building the custom object and everything, you have to convert it. So each wordings you have to go and convert the different languages if you are using the platform language. So but they support like all the languages, like most of the languages they are supporting. So accordingly, like you need to convert. Even the platform language, even like a Salesforce won't support the platform languages. So you need to convert it. But the one standard one, so these are all automatically whenever if you change the Thai or like Russians or Spanish, it will come automatically that language is Japanese. Let's say like if the user select the Japanese language, the transition like the complete setup will change it into a Japanese. So quickly I can show you that. These are all the available language. Once if you add a language, the users can go on to choose it. Now let's assume like I am a user. I will go on to choose my language. So go to my settings and advanced user details. Edit. Where is my language? See here. Let's assume like where is Japanese? I will go ahead with this one. I'm not sure whether this is Japanese or not. So I'm changing my language. Be careful. So yeah, if I lost this page, then see here, accept the name because we enter it English. So accept the details. Salesforce translated all the settings into Japanese now. This also will change actually because I didn't refresh it. If I refresh it, this will change. It will gone actually. So now I need to know which one is edit. Hopefully this is the edit one and this is the language one. Yeah. Yeah. So again, Salesforce will support different languages as well.
So I have one question, Sampath. So I have a product. I
Yeah.
have users in France and users in UK.
Yeah.
So basically, when user is logging in from France, I
Yeah.
think they wanted to see it in French,
Yeah.
and in UK they want to see in English.
Yes.
And can it be done at the user profile settings for each user, or it can be done at an global profile level? They
Each
belong to France. Yeah.
I showed you. This is for each users. They can go and set up their own languages.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that. I have 50 users in France. I want a setting that can enable for all the 50 users. I don't need to click on it manually.
So yeah, what you can do, you can put like a small automations. So using the flow or process builder, create a group whenever if are based on the department or based on the locations, based on the user
Mhm.
locations or based on the department you are assigning it or based on their address. So automatically go and change their locations using the flow. So they don't want to change it manually. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So that's possible. And also you can, as an administrator from the company wide, you have to allow them. First of all, like, you have to allow what are the languages the user can go and use it.
Mhm.
So that is the language settings on the company. So if I go for a company profile,
Mhm.
where is that? Where is company? I'm in the right org, right? Yeah. Company settings. Yeah. So you need to, as an administrator, first of all, you need to allow them to, you have to allow. So let's say like if I'm removing all this, user don't have option to change the language. By default, they can see like only English. That's it. They cannot change any other language. So as an administrator, you need to allow what are the languages you are allowing to the user to choose it.
Okay.
This is for the company wise, and individual users, yes, they can go and change their languages. And also if you want to automate for a specific region, yes, that is also possible. You can go and automate it. Yeah.
Okay.
And my domain. So the final one is my domain basically. So this is for a developer org. That's why default the domain is Salesforce desired. Automatically Salesforce generates some default domain, because these days the lightning experiences, in order to enable the lightning experience, domain is mandatory. That's why whenever if you create a new developer org, automatically Salesforce generates some sample domain. But if it's a company, you have to go and configure the domain first. So based on your company name, you can go and configure. So let's say like your company is TCS, you will get a domain name tcs.force.com, like that you will get it. The domain name, you will get it like this.
It's a typo.
Yeah, tcs.force.com. Yeah, they have a maintenance, they have a page, I believe, I think they put like a maintenance. So they do have a Salesforce site. So they can configure like this. Or anybody, if you go and use this site, then they cannot, the company cannot use it. Like, yeah, that is also restriction. But again, Salesforce can go and rename these names. So next time, whenever the company employees log in, they can use like the custom domain tcs.force.com. Then they will see like a login username password, and they can enter the username password. Or even they can use login.salesforce.com. So that is a global, and this for specific, you can go for your domain. So in your company, you can go and set up the domains. So first you have to choose the domain. Based on your company decision, choose the domain, and you have to register with Salesforce and ready for use and deploy for users. So it may take like a maximum 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah, that's it. And also you can design the page, the login page, you can design it like using the custom brand. You can put a different color, you can put your company logos, you can nicely design it. Or you can even use the custom coding. So your company can go and design the custom codings. The one which I showed you earlier, I think the big give. Yeah. So for this company, we put together like a custom. No, this is definitely like not children's. The big give. Yeah, this one. So now if I click login, this is again Salesforce login. We put together like a custom login. You'll see here, thebiggive.org.uk. We redirected into their custom domain. That is also possible in Salesforce. So here, charities yes.login. So it's basically Salesforce. We are redirecting into this page. We customized it. If you are not a member, you can go and register it as a donor or charity. You can go and register like, yeah.
Sampath, a question here on the login. So you have the user ID and a password. This is single factor authentication, right?
Yeah.
So we can do multi-factor authentication also in Salesforce.
So yeah, we can use like social media, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Yes, we can enable that as well.
So for the company wise, is there any other additional dongle ID or the ping ID, some element that they can use?
You can use like a single sign-on. So if they're logged into a Windows system, automatically it will log them into a Salesforce based on the LDAP. So Active Directory. Okay. If you configure the user on the Active Directory, so you can integrate the Active Directory into Salesforce. Whenever they log into a company computer, then automatically they can log into a Salesforce without entering username and password. Just click on the link, it will redirect them into a Salesforce page. You can configure that also. That is, again, it's a single sign-on. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, okay, I think that's all for the company settings. Any question on this topic? So far, We finished company settings.
Mhm.
So shall we move on to the next one? Configure the user interface. This is pretty much quick. Okay, so for user interface, there is a nice document. I suggest like you guys can go through it. Again, this user interface applicable on Classic and Lightning. Some of them on Classic, some of them on Lightning. Major on Classic actually, not like a Lightning. So most of the features available on user interface is applicable on the Classic, not on the Lightning experience. So, but again, you may expect the exam questions from the user interface. I think 1 or 2 questions. So let me show you the user interface first. So simply search for user interface. Not this one, okay? This is different. This user interface is different. There is another one more user interface, this one. So under the user interface, there is a one final user interface. Click on this. So these are all the settings. So from these settings, you may get like 1 or 2 questions on the examination point of view. So enable collapsible sections. What is mean by this? Enable collapsible means, so if I go to any one of the detail page, record detail page, you will see I can collapse and expand, right? I can collapse and expand. So if you uncheck the checkbox, see here, this is across the companies. So users, they cannot collapse it basically. There is no collapsible options for sections. Yeah. Any questions?
No.
Good. So where are we? Yeah, user interface. So quick create. This is again applicable only Classic. This is applicable both Classic and Lightning experience. Show quick create applicable only on Classic. I'm going to show you from the document this one, or even like if we switch back to the Classic. If we click on the any standard object, see here, there is a quick create options. What is the use of this? So simply you can go and create account record. See, it got created. So basically it's a quick create functionality for objects. So for contact, just fill this information, it will create a contact automatically. So this quick create function is not available when you uncheck this. If you uncheck this, that box itself is not appear. And that quick create available only on standard object, not the custom objects. So in the document, you can see it over here. So this is basically collapsible and editable sections. This is available on both Lightning experience. So this is Classic and this is Lightning experience look like. And the quick create, it's available only in standard objects, and this is Classic only. Okay, no more Lightning. And you can see like if you select an object, you can see like a quick create options. This is for sample contact object.
Okay.
Then enable hover detail. So again, this is also Classic. So on the Classic, if you mouse over, it will show you the details. So if I go here, if I mouse over here, you can see the detail, right? So this detail will enable if you check the checkbox, this checkbox. Enable related list hover links. This is also Classic again. I put here Classic, so you can see the difference. So on the account detail page, on account tab, if you open any one of the record, in the related list, it will show you like this. If you mouse over, it will show you number of contact. If you mouse over, it will show you number of opportunities. So for example, if I go for a contact, you can see the related list over here. See, at the moment all 0. Now if I go for a account, see here there is a one contact, one opportunity, 2 cases, yeah, 3 notes and attachments. You can see it. So that's the mouse over options. Enable related list over. Enable separate loading of related list. So basically, once if you open the account record or contact record or any of the record, the related list will load like this. You'll see there is the loading options. So if there are more record, it will start loading it. So the loading options available on the related list. If you check the checkbox, if you didn't check the checkbox, by default it will load the page. Again, this is also only classic, no Lightning experience. Enable separate loading for external object. This is also classic. This is for external object, not for like a Salesforce object, external object.
Is this setting that we are applying for each user, Sampath? Am I right?
Throughout the company.
For the company. Okay.
Yes, it's applicable for across all the users because we are setting up the company wide.
Sure.
Enable inline editing. You'll see here, it's applicable for both. So unclick on the pencil icon, you can go and edit it. Inline means each line, like there will be, you will get a inline small pencil mark, you can click and edit. And enable enhanced list. So on the list view, again, this is also both Lightning as well as classic. So on the list view, so I think list view, we may need to go through it. We didn't go through it. So if I go for a list view, if I click on, this is the list view. If I click on this, you will have a checkbox and you will have a number of records. So see here, total 13 record, how many records selected, previous page, next page, you can see this. So basically this is the enhanced list view, and you can see printable view, feed view, list views. Yeah, same way for Lightning experience. This is the list view. Here you can see it. If you click on the enhance, you can see the checkbox. So there is no more record, like, yeah, if otherwise like you will get it. And also you can see like all the options in the search options, like, yeah. If you disable the enhanced list, then you won't see any checkboxes. And the count also is not available. So I think like there is no screenshot for that. Yeah. Enable Salesforce Classic theme. Again, this is the old theme, 2010. So again, for you, like this is the new Lightning experience is the latest version. After 2016, they introduced the Lightning experience. Now the classic is the old one. And compared to this, in 2010, there is a different screen. So that is a totally different screen. I think maybe like you may get it like in internet somewhere, like you can see it. So my suggestion is that don't enable that. If you enable that, you will lose the search functionality. The search option will remove automatically. Actually, there is an issue, something. I don't know whether Salesforce has fixed it or not. So there is an issue, like some of the feature it won't support if you enable the 2020. Yeah,
2010.
sorry, if you disable it. So basically, once if you disable this, it will disable the chatter and both Salesforce Classic and Lightning experience. It will disable automatically. So don't disable this basically. So whatever the default settings, leave it as it is. Then disable navigation personalization bar in Lightning experience. So basically here, user can go and navigate it, right? So you can do it on application levels, or from the company level, you can switch off that. So this is just a company level. If you switch up the company level, then it's not applicable in the application level also. So you can completely disable that. Then enable tab bar organizer. So basically, if there are more tabs, it will show like this. But if you uncheck the checkbox, it will go beyond like this. So it won't be nice actually. So it will go like a straight like this, horizontal. Even here, like you will have an empty space, it will go like a straight like this if there are more tabs. But if you enable the tab organizer, it will come like once all the menu is over, then remaining menus will come like this. Then enable printable list views. So you can, on the list view, there will be a print button if you want to enable that. Again, this is only for classic. custom object and standard object both. Enable customize of chatter user profile page. So user can get the, like the chatter profile users can see edit profile page. They can go and customize their profile. Whether do you want to allow user to customize their profile page or not, you can go and enable like from the company wide. So out of this, you may get like a one questions or 2 questions from the user interface. Enable Salesforce notification banner. You will see on this is again classic. So you will see like there are some banners. So in the top, below the menu bar, there will be a banner. So this banner will be visible. It's a Salesforce banner. Salesforce will give you like some notifications. If you disable that, it won't available. Yeah, this is a new feature again. So which is disable the lightning experience. It won't support basically. So after like a 2020, I think IE 11, you cannot access the Salesforce. And then collapsible sidebar. So you can collapse and expand. So basically in the classic mode, if I go for a Salesforce classic, there is a one sidebar, right? At the moment, I cannot collapsible. So if I check the checkbox, see here, I can expand and collapse the sidebar. Okay. And enable homepage over links. So on the event page, if there are any event on the home page, again, this is classic. If you mouse over, it will show you the detail. Then drag and drop editing. So if you want to change the date or time, simply you can drag. So once if the event is configured, you can simply drag and drop. Normally in Google Calendar, how we are dragging and drop the dates. You can move the time calendar, like you can move the event between the timing or between the dates. Same way, you can do it like in Salesforce as well. And enable click and create. Just if you click on here somewhere, it will create an event. It's available on both. So if I go for a calendar, so on the calendar view, so you can create, but again, if you click here, like even month wise, I think, yeah. This is a multiple calendar, multiple user calendar, single user calendar. Maybe the checkbox is unticked. Generally, if you click here, it will create an event. So if I go for an user interface, see, enable, click and create an event, drag and drop event. So I'm just enabling this too. Now if I refresh it, see here, you can create it. Just click, you can create an event. Okay, same way, once if you create an event, if you want to drag it, you can drag. And if there are multiple calendar page, like, yeah, you can drag it. But again, this view is not good, but from the classic lightning view, yes, definitely you can do it. So here, with the different dates, you can drag it anywhere. Okay. And then this is again meeting request. You can send a meeting request using the calendar invite itself. There is a new meeting request button on the home page calendar. You can send a meeting request. Then enable middle name. This is applicable on both. Again, only standard object, not the custom objects. The system will go and enable the middle name on event lead and contact. These two objects, the middle name and the suffix will enable automatically. Then enable enhanced page layout. So if you check the checkbox on the classic, you will have the edit layout button. So like in classic, if I go for an employee, the customer or employee, yeah, if I open an employees here, you will see the edit button, right? Edit layout. So this edit layout available only if you check the checkbox. So enable enhanced page layout. Again, these are all just, you need to know it only for examination point of view, but just look at like a, yeah, mainly for examination point of view, not for like a the usage point of view. I don't think like, yeah, we are not going to use the classic anymore. Most of the new clients are using like a lightning experience, not the classic. So again, these are all the additional things, like you can go through it. So I put that link over here on day 2. This is the link, the document link. So yeah. So any other question on the user interface?
Yeah. So day 2 spreadsheet is also shared with us, Sampath?
Yeah, this I shared already. So inside the folder reference Excel sheet.
Gotcha.
So here, like I put a day 2, day 3, like, yeah, we will go through it one by one. So day 2 sheet, within the day 2 sheet, there is a document. So this document folder already over here. So if I go for administrator 201, general docs. So inside the general, no, sorry, inside the docs, you will have all the documents. So out of that, there is a one user interface. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Yeah, I think the setting of the calendar, already we discussed it. You can set up the calendar. What are the 4 options? So basically, hide detail with add events, show detail with add events, full access.
Full access.
Yeah, these are all the 5 options available. Again, this is one exam question, I think, on, yeah, compulsory, like it will come. The next one is search settings. Let's go for the search settings. How do we configure the search settings? So in classic, we have a search over here. Same way in lightning, we do have a search over here. So how do we configure these settings? So see here, if you want to search from the specific object, you can go for it. So you can select the object and you can search only from the contact object. And or if you do search, it will search from the contact table. If you want all, you can go for it. Yeah. Now, other than that, we may need like a synonym search. You can go and enable it. So let's say like in Google, how we are searching. So if you search for sound, so related synonyms like a volume and any other, like similar, like a related synonym also, you can configure it. So let me configure it. And also if you search one, so let's say, and how many record it's showing at the moment? 1 record. Here also 1 record. And you will see here top search list set. Whatever, like the SO, I put SO. This SO contain like a 1 chatter. There is a 1 contact. And wherever is matches, it will fetch and it will display. And if you want to customize this screen, how many record you want to display in this screen, how many columns you want to display. Yes, these are all search settings. So we'll go through it now. So click on the search settings. Where is this? Did I put anything on the Excel sheet? Yeah, it's available on Classic. Okay. But Lightning, where is search settings? I think they made it like Einstein search. This is for Einstein search, not for like a general search settings. Let's go back to the Classic. On the setup, search settings. See here, each object you will have a search layouts. The search layout, you can go and determine what are the columns you want to display on the search results. See here, name, title, what are the each object you will have a search layouts. So on the search layout, you can go and determine the columns and the buttons. If you want any custom button, you can go and create it, or you can determine the columns. What are the columns you want to display on the search results? And if I go for search settings, here is there. Under the search, synonym search, promoted search. These are all the three options. So here on the search settings, you will have 5 options. Enable limit to item I own search checkbox. If you enable this, so it will search from only your records. What are the records you are owning it? You access it. Basically, you have access to it. So it will search from only your access records, not like the entire database. So it will search from your access only. Enable document content search. So let's assume like if you uploaded some document, it will go and check from the document as well, and it will return the results if it matches. Enable search optimize. Your content is mostly on different languages, like a Japanese or like any other languages. Do you want any search from that language as well? If you enable the multi-language. Use recently viewed user records, blank and auto-populate. See here, if you type here, the recently viewed one, it will come automatically. See, it will come. So for that, like you have to enable this. Enable English only spell corrections on the knowledge search. So whenever like there is a knowledge tab separately. So on the knowledge search, I don't think so we enabled it in our developer org. We need to enable the knowledge. So once if you enable it, you will have a knowledge search also. So during the knowledge search, you can go on, the system will correct automatically the spelling and everything. And additionally, here is the count. So each object, how many record it will result, how many record it will return on your search. See, whenever if you're searching it, search may contain 200 record, 300 records. But how many record you want to display? So minimum 5, maximum 50. In between, you can set up anything. Either you can set up 5 or 50. So between 5 and 50. That number you can set up. Each object, like you can set up the numbers. So by default, the Salesforce will set it up 25. If you want to increase the count, you can go and increase it. So to do that, select it and go and update here. And just simply enter. See, now it get updated at 45. And this one, enable lookup and lookup autocomplete. So enhance lookup and lookup autocomplete. This is for lookup field. So now if I go for any one of the customer, so we have a lookup field. Do we have? Yes. See here, there is a reference by. Now, if you click on it, now if you search for it, it will come auto-populate. Here also, you will get auto-populate. And here you can see name, all fields. So if you enable the enhanced, you will get it over here, all fields, and you can add a column also. If there are available columns, you can add it. But if you didn't check the checkbox over here, if you didn't check the checkbox, so let's say for customer object, where is customer objects, if you didn't check it, it won't auto-populate and it won't give like the count also. You can search only one field, like which is the name field. You cannot search any other fields. And also it's here, there is no additional fields and it won't give auto-populate. Okay, so these are all the search settings. Now, if you want to set up the synonyms over here, you can go and create a new synonyms which matching words. So let's say like a sound. So whenever if you search for sound, like a volume, yeah, and noise. So you can put like each word you can configure maximum 6 synonyms and different languages.
Do we have this enabled in Lightning as well?
It's available in Classic, but again, it automatically come in the Lightning as well whenever if you are doing the search. And in Lightning, now they come up with the Einstein search, which is better than this. So using the Einstein search, you will have like the system will automatically suggest you like based on your previous search results, it will come automatically. So yeah.
So which means you don't need to give any synonyms.
Yeah. That is the best like on Einstein basically. So
It's doing prediction.
yeah, predictions. So based on your recent activity, based on your recent analysis, the system will automatically predict and will give you the result if you enable the Einstein analytics search. So this is for old way Classic. So yeah, let's switch back to the Lightning experience. Okay, and other topics, setting up the chatter group. Okay, so again, chatter group is the one of the important features. Now you need to know how to set up the chatter group within a company. So we do have two different types of chatter group. One is public chatter group, another one is private chatter group. Public means anybody within your company can join and they can see, they can post, they can view all the historical conversations. If it's a private, only group member can see it, can comment it. So quickly I will show you that. Even we do have a separate application, chatter. So click on the chatter, and here you can see like the latest post. And also if you go for a group, you can create a new groups. So let's say like India sales team. See, this is the access type. Disable automatically archiving. So after 90 days, hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, any questions?
No.
Okay. So disable automatically archiving means within 90 days, if there is no activity, it will disable automatically this group. If you check the checkbox, if you didn't check it, it won't archive automatically. You have to go and manually archive it if you want. Yeah, once it's disconnected, please rejoin it. We will finish like the day 2 topic today. It won't take much time, just another 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah, so public and private. So go for a public. You want to allow customers. On a public group, we cannot invite the customers. Only private group, we can invite the customers. Save and next. Upload the logo. And you can invite the users. But if it's a public, yes, user can go and add themselves in the group. Now you'll see there are different users. You can add it, and there is a post options. They can post it like, yeah. Yeah, you can share it and edit, delete, bookmark, pin. So these are the features available on the chatter group. Same way, once if we set up the private, what we can do, we will go and create a users. So the next session, tomorrow's session is, we are going to create a different users for you guys. Like I will go and create a users, and then everybody will log into Salesforce and try to post it. And yeah, because mainly security, everyone need to have access to these systems, and then we need to validate that. So during the time, yes, we will post it and we will validate that again one more time. Not an issue. So mainly there are two groups, public groups and private groups. Public only for